there is the city, our city, an American city, a city of 1 million souls, a city of towering skyscrapers, a city of varied industries, the living proof of man's genius and his ingenuity, of his great and wonderful spirit. Gay, carefree children. 1 million people living and working together, and when the day's work is done, going to their homes, neat, happy homes, a treasure trove of quiet hours, of peace and rest and pleasantness. Oh, there's sorrow too, but even sorrow can be softened in these surroundings. A man's castle, indeed. Here's the city too. Another city? No, just the other half of our city. A treasure trove of quiet hours, of peace and rest and pleasantness. Here, for the moment, or perhaps for their lives, live 1/3 of the citizens of tomorrow. This is where they live, those who are caught in the toils of despair, sickness, and failure. This, too, is life in our city. For children, there's no education like it in all the world. And it pays, yes, it pays immediate dividends. In surroundings like these, they learn. Yes, they learn quickly how not to work for a living and how to just live in a world which probably doesn't even want them. And here's the almost daily tragedy of another kind. An examination. A hopeless shrug. The sudden realization of inevitable doom and the far more bitter tragedy of bringing into the world one more unwanted soul, fatherless, penniless, and helpless. But here is news that will save her hours of anguish, years of torment, at the moment when fate has dealt her a merciless blow. She learns that she is not alone. She learns that there are friends who will help her to begin all over again. So today, this girl can smile, for she's found a friend who will help and guide her. And that friend is the Children's Services at its Alice Hunt Center. She's met by a worker who will discuss her problem with her. Children waiting in the playroom make her feel more at home in these strange surroundings. She and the worker talk together as friends. The worker finds out how she can best help this unfortunate girl. Every year, Alice Hunt Center helps scores of unwed mothers through this difficult period. The caseworker is her constant advisor from the first meeting all through her confinement, helping to make this frightening ordeal the great experience that it should be. The caseworker is also with her at the maternity home later on when plans are being made for both mother and child, for the new and better life that lies ahead. By this time, care, friendship, and understanding have given her a healthy attitude toward her baby, which is to change so radically her way of life. But what's to become of him, the child of an unmarried mother? Of one thing you can be certain, he'll not be shoved aside and forgotten, any more than these will be. Here the Adoption Service Bureau helps, since adoption may be the best way for many children, certainly for those who are abandoned or whose own parents cannot, for some reason, ever give them the care they need. But adoption is not the only plan. Some girls are helped to keep their babies, to support them, and to bring them up as responsible citizens. Where this can be done, the Vocational Guidance Bureau of Children's Services can be of use, as it is to many older children, in helping them to find their place in the world. This guidance service sees that its youth is given training through the city schools for work in keeping with their ability and talents. And the young mother will receive training in some occupation of her own choosing. She'll be helped to find a job and, if necessary, the baby cared for until she can assume this responsibility. saved a life. Yes, 2 lives. Because this poor unfortunate girl who never had a chance discovered in time that there was someone who cared enough to befriend and encourage her. Yes, out there is the city, your city, and from you in all walks of life comes help through the community fund to your children's services, so that it may carry on not only for that unmarried mother, but for hundreds of others like her and thousands different from her, all needing your help, crying for it, wanting only to live and be happy. Here are the records. Look at them. Complaint, drunkenness, cruelty, divorce, broken homes, a mother struggling alone, had we not better say loneliness, despair, fear, sorrow, poverty, hunger, and disease? For these are the causes that lie beneath. Here is one. Neglected child, Joan Andrews, age 7, comes to school often showing marks of whippings, is tired and ill. Father frequently drunk, no steady job, poor support. Mother in ill health, broken in spirit, discouraged. Would it be amended to read, Joan Andrews, age 17, unmarried mother, a victim of circumstance? No, for something happened to that family, something wonderful. Three people live in this miserable room, a father, mother, and a child. Their story is typical of hundreds brought to the attention of children's services every year. The mother in her misery and sickness is unable to perform her duties properly. The man cannot adjust himself to this squalid existence. He tries to find solace in liquor and neglects his family in doing so. A child in these surroundings will not be a child for long. No, will not be a child for long. The neighbor, having watched this family for months, is concerned about the child and feels, as she has felt many times before, that something must be done. No, it's late. She'll wait till morning. This ugly remnant reminds her not only of the night before, but of many similar nights. And now she feels certain that there is only one thing to do to save the child. She calls the Family Service Association, to whom all such calls of neglected children are made, and tells them just what happened the night before. Tells them that the child just shouldn't be there, that this has been going on for months, and she feels that she just had to do something about it. She is told that the Family Service Association would never know about these things unless people called, and that it would be attended to at once. Usually, the family service worker will try to keep the family together while she helps the parents through this trying period. But here she realized the parents should work out their problem with the child out of the home for a while, that right now Joan would be better off away from her parents. This was a function of children's services, so the family was referred to them and their worker took over at once. At first, these people do not understand the caseworker's interest in their child. They don't realize that Children's Services is working to save a child from its environment. The child isn't all. There are 3 people here who need help. There's the mother. She wanted to be a good mother, but worry, illness, and privation have left their mark on her spirit and her heart. And then there's the father. He is not the villain of our story. No, more than likely he is the innocent victim of cruel circumstances and the vicious circle of despair. Unemployment leads to fear, fear to drunkenness, drunkenness to unemployment. Here is a live man, but dead inside. With help, he can awaken. And here is the most helpless of them all, a child. She cannot seek work nor fight poverty with wisdom, nor even try to rise above her surroundings. But what is to be done? The father says, if I could just begin all over, but it will take time. What's to become of Joan? The caseworker explains that there are various places to which Joan might go, to one of the institutions, or perhaps to a foster home where some kind couple will give her temporary guidance. And she assures them that Joan will be cared for until they, her parents, can find themselves, on which great day she'll come back to them fresh, eager, healthy, ready to begin life anew. For Joan, a new experience begins. Today, the city has a different look, a clean, fresh, busy look. First, there's the visit to the office. Joan and the caseworker become better acquainted. Her likes and dislikes are discovered by the worker. Then there's the toggery shop where Joan will be outfitted. Shoes, socks, hats, dresses, and such indispensable things as sleepers to keep little bodies healthy and warm. And Joan isn't so young that she hasn't already adopted the woman's prerogative so far as clothing is concerned. It's new, yes, just what the girls in Joan's new neighborhood will be wearing. But even a lady such as Joan isn't all fine feathers. She must be healthy, too. And so to the children's clinic for a thorough checkup go Joan and her newfound friend, the caseworker. Still another great moment. Joan is introduced to her foster home and the kind foster mother who will take the place of her real mother for a few short months. Joan is timid at first, but kindness and understanding cannot fail to win her over. This is a typical foster home. where the foster parents love children and will care for them as their own. These homes are one of our greatest aids. With Joan taken care of, her father, encouraged by the caseworker, tries to find a job, sometimes half-heartedly, sometimes earnestly. There are times when he is tempted to slip back into his old ways, but the thought of Joan keeps him going. Meanwhile, the caseworker helps the mother with her financial problems and her household planning. Time and again, the man is discouraged to the point of, oh, what's the use? But the caseworker is always ready with a helpful suggestion when things look blackest. A job through his own efforts. Things look brighter. With renewed confidence, this couple take the caseworker's advice and move to better living quarters in a new environment where they can once more assume their responsibilities as parents and citizens. To Joan, the happy hours in her foster home seem like minutes, the months like days. She is healthy now, eager to start her new life with the two people she loves most in the world. Pleased with their new surroundings and sure of their ability to get on, they need only Joan to make their new life complete. They worked hard for this moment, and they feel that they're ready for it. Yes, out there is the city. The Jones, the unmarried mothers, the unwanted babies, the foster homes. And out there is Children's Services, giving hope and showing a new way of life for children and parents. Wherever there is a neglected child, an unmarried mother, or an unwanted baby, it stands ready to help. It needs not only your financial support, it needs your moral support, your confidence and goodwill. It needs, too, families willing to become foster parents to give love and affection to children in need. Better lives for better Americans.